What's up, guys? Have you already tried building Clock of Destiny on Uranus? On my first video, I didn't build it because I forgot about it. And now I tried it on Uranus. I thought it can only solve the mana problem of Uranus, but somehow he became more tanky when I built it on him. I was up against Yujin in the EXP lane, which is really hard to lane against if you're just using any random hero. But Uranus can match up well against Yujin. You just have to be careful in the early game because he can still burst you down easily, even if you're using Uranus. I didn't build Clock of Destiny right away. I just bought Elegant Gem first, then built Thunderbelt so I could start stacking immediately. As you can see, I was already able to take advantage of Elegant Gem's passive. Its unique passive is exactly the same as when you build Clock of Destiny. It recovers 15% of your HP or mana when they drop below 50%. I bought a lot of time against 3 enemies there, which is why my teammates were able to push the mid lane turret. And it's not over. They were trying their best to kill me. The base attributes of Clock of Destiny are all important for Uranus, and it has 2 unique passives. One is the same passive I mentioned earlier from Elegant Gem, and the other is that you can gain up to 72 hybrid defense from it. That's huge. Depending on your level, you gain hybrid defense per stack, and it can stack up to 6 times. It gives you a total of 72 hybrid defense at max stacks and max level, which is the same as having 72 stacks of Thunderbelt. So I think it's alright if you don't want to build Thunderbelt, as long as you build Clock of Destiny. But in my recent game, I built both, and that made me really tanky in the late game. Plus, the true damage from Thunderbelt gets boosted by Clock of Destiny. And it's fun stacking up Thunderbelt. It's so easy because you're using Uranus. But some players don't like that, so you might want to swap it out for Clock of Destiny instead. Also, if you have Revitalize and use it at the same time Elegant Gem's passive activates, the healing gets boosted so much that your HP can go full almost instantly. At this point, I still don't have Clock of Destiny because I built Dominance Ice first. But I'm building it now. I thought it was weird that building magic items could make you tankier. I only checked it before making this video and found out that its stacks actually give hybrid defense instead of magic power. At this point, I already have Clock of Destiny, so let's see how it affects Uranus. But honestly, I really thought I was going to die here. The enemies used all their skills on me, and I didn't have Revitalize. Good thing our mage saved me. The enemies were burning so many skills and battle spells just to burst me down, and that really helped my teammates a lot. They might not notice it, but we started winning team fights because of that. In the early game, we were kind of behind, but when I bought so much time against 3 enemies, that's when we started to get ahead. That's really the one thing I think teammates should maximize when you're using Uranus. Because honestly, Uranus can't carry on his own. No matter how much you're doing, if your teammates don't take advantage of the space you create, it's useless. I could have gotten a Savage here if Granger didn't steal the other 4 kills. Just kidding.
Victory!
While I was trying a new build on Uranus here, I think Lancelot was trying something new too. Look, his first build was Rose Gold Meteor. I tried it again, and in this game we actually got destroyed by the enemies during the early to mid game. 3 enemies were low on HP, but we couldn't manage to finish them off. And instead, we ended up dying. I got 2 deaths without getting any kill or assist. But everything changed once I built Clock of Destiny. I'm always the last man standing in my team. They always get wiped out and die first. But I became so tanky that it was really hard for the enemies to burst me down. But at the same time, it's also hard to kill an enemy, except for their mage and marksman because they're too squishy and have low mobility. That's why I picked Uranus in this game, because I thought it would be a good matchup for him. Some heroes will make it difficult for Uranus, like those with too much burst damage. Heroes that can melt his HP faster than he can regenerate it. But as you can see, I'm just stacking up Thunderbelt here. So as the game goes on, we're actually starting to make a comeback and might even win team fights later. Because Uranus's role is really just to absorb the enemy's skills and damage. Then once your teammates back you up, you'll definitely have the advantage. Well, I really don't know what's going on with my teammates' positioning. It's the worst. They all died again and I was the only one left. But good thing I still managed to take down the enemy's marksman and mage. And this is what I like about using Thunderbelt. You get so much advantage the longer the fight goes on. The 2 enemies here were struggling to burst me down. They didn't know I was just using them to stack up. Anyway, it seemed like Granger was invisible here. I can buy so much time so my teammates can defend more easily. But okay, Eamon came in and sacrificed himself for me. That was a good move. Good thing after the update, the game isn't fully reliant on marksman and jungler anymore. The other enemies were too aggressive and always diving too deep. It's just that my teammates couldn't punish them easily. But their marksman couldn't keep up with how aggressive her teammates were, and was just casually using her ultimate on me alone. Watch how their marksman is always left behind. And this is really the problem when you're a marksman that's too dependent on teammates. Our jungler suddenly became strong. He got a double kill so easily without even putting in much effort. But this glue is hilarious, using his ultimate on me almost every time. Seriously? You're probably going to lose because of that. Even his cockroach teammate doesn't want to mess with me. Ixia's ultimate was on point again, right on a jungle creep. The enemies started to throw one by one. The only big problem with Uranus is his lack of any crowd control. Like literally, he's just there to soak up enemy damage. And finally, Ixia landed a good ultimate. This might be the funniest ending so far this season.